Breakdown of EPW's Goldrush 2014. A huge show. Hope you were there. If not, this is how it went down. My name is Dean Olsen. I'm the voice of Explosive Pro Wrestling. Joining me is the fairest of them all, Michelle K. Hasluck.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle K. Hasluck. I'm really excited to be here, Mean Dean. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, and exciting is what this show was. We kicked it off with a huge tag team matchup. It was the Dropkicks up against the team of McMassive, and here's how it went down.
They got the crowd into it, and at the end of it, looked like McMassive proved that they were the better team on the night, and they got the win with the McMassive.
Then it was time for a singles matchup. We saw probably the creepiest guy I've ever met, Jay Taylor, go one-on-one with a man we have not seen in EPW since 2011. That is the golden boy, Damian Slater. Always great to see him in Explosive Pro Wrestling. Tonight was no different. Amazing matchup. Here's some highlights.
Great match that was, Mean Dean. Like Damian Slater, we hadn't seen him for over 2 years, and he comes back and he just proves exactly why he is one of the best wrestlers that Australia has.
Cannot fault the man at his wrestling, but then he got on the microphone and said, well, a few things we didn't really expect. Have a listen.
And I realised that EPW Perth, this whole family, this whole locker room, the fans, this whole family is nothing but a fake piece of crap.
After that, time for some tag team wrestling. We saw the team of The Solution. It was Warship and Richter up against Team Red Can. It was Husey and Coach Banks. Coach Banks wasn't cleared to wrestle his knee in a massive brace. Probably shouldn't have had this match, but, well, he's all heart, and here's how it went down.
Well, we got to remember, guys, at the beginning of this match, you had Coach Banks on the ring apron there, and he had to go and blind tag Husey. Yep, that's not a smart move considering the condition that his knee was in. And then it all went downhill there from Team Red Can. There was so much going on in that ring. Even the second ring rope broken. It was insane. And as we thought, if Husey wasn't able to get in that ring, it looked like the Solution decimated Coach Banks once again.
That knee is going to be a lot worse than what it was before that matchup, so we're just wishing all our best to Coach Banks at this point in time. Solution got the victory here at EPW's Gold Rush. Then we saw the Bolly Boy Eddie Bombay in a one-on-one matchup against the behemoth Sebastian Sander. When he made his entrance, Sebastian Sander forced Amber to put on that horrible, ugly, uncomfortable potato sack to stop her from, well, being a distraction, apparently. Anyway, when the match was underway, Sebastian Sander was all action as expected, and, well, here's how it went down. It was Hayden Zenith up against a man he tag teamed with last month, Gorgeous Gary Schmidt, but he had a new kind of change in his attitude. A lot more arrogance than we're used to, and he had with him some female, an assistant or an image consultant or something. I'm sure we'll find out sooner or later who exactly she is. but it definitely did wonders for Gorgeous Gary. Here's how the match went.
With this new attitude and this new assistant that he had at ringside, he was able to get the victory against Hayden Zenith tonight.
Two of the brightest young stars in EPW, putting on a great match here at EPW's Gold Rush. Then we had Dan Moore come down to the ring. He was scheduled to be in our main event and finally get his shot at the EPW champion Chris Weiss for the title, of course, because he is the invitational winner of last year. But things got a little bit out of hand and wasn't really expected. Take a look.
Back it up. Back it up. Get out of here. Get out. Get out of here.
Okay, smart players, finish it off. What's that, Daniel? Are you ready for this title match, huh?
Come on, man.
Maybe now you people understand who I am. It looks like to me that our main event is done. He's about to get stretched out of here. So, boys, you call yourself a fighting champion. Why don't you face the very best this country has?
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of EPW's Gold Rush just got completely changed. Damian Slater, well, he just went into business for himself, took out Dan Moore, put himself into an EPW championship match against Chris Weiss. But that match was later on in the evening. Next up, we saw Marcus Pitt versus Alex Kingston, and what a match that was. Here's some highlights.
It was Alex Kingston who got the victory, and he did win that first match on the way to greatness.
There you go, the gauntlet to greatness. Alex Kingston off to a firing start, but when it was all said and done, we thought we were going to move on to the next match. No, the solution came out, and they attacked Marcus Pitt with a steel chair. They then wrapped that chair around his leg. Richter stomped on it, much like what they did to Coach Banks. I believe Marcus Pitt is injured. I've yet to get an update, so stay tuned to EPWPerth.com for more details about that. But then, ladies and gentlemen, on that same kind of steel chair hardcore sort of style, we had a 20-man hardcore battle royal for the EPW Hardcore Championship. 20 men, 20 weapons. It was absolutely insane, and here's how it went down.
This match had a bit of everything. It had some food. I believe Massive actually brought out some ham with him.
Of course he did.
There was big swords, there was wooden things, there was like a kendo wrapped with eucalyptus leaves. If there was something that was missing, it was the kitchen sink, because everything was in that match. But as much as there was so much action going on inside the ring, someone did not notice that there was someone who wasn't inside that ring.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Don Michael Morleone crawled out from under the ring at the last minute and got the victory. The Don Michael Morleone is still your EPW Hardcore Champion, and boy did him and Lukey celebrate. After the amazing feat of surviving a 20-man Hardcore Battle Royal, the Don Michael Morleone is still the EPW Hardcore Champion, and here's what he had to say.
I'm here with the Don, Michael Morleone, who entered into the Battle Royal as the champion and remained the champion in the most un-hardcore way possible.
Give me that. Unhardcore? I'm the EPW Hardcore Champion for a reason, because I do whatever it takes, okay? Now, it seems to me that maybe I upset some people in the EPW powers that be, but at the end of the day, they sent me into a ring with 20 other men. And when all was said and done, I remain the EPW Hardcore Champion because I do what it takes. And now I've beaten everyone in the locker room. Everyone! What, do I have to start challenging fans now? Well, only time will tell. So you can have that back. Keep your snarky comments to yourself, love.
Then it was time for the grand finale of an amazing EPW show. Gold Rush main event was an EPW championship matchup where Chris Weiss defended his title up against one of the best wrestlers in Australia, Damian Slater. An amazing match, no doubt. Already the year is early, but I'm sure it'll be a match of the year contender. Here's some of the highlights.
Funny, but it came down to the fact that Chris Weiss won with a roll-up.
Either way, ladies and gentlemen, it was an amazing main event. Damian Slater fell short of winning the EPW Championship that he wants oh so bad. Chris Weiss still the champion, and well, it was just one hell of a match to say the least. And just when we thought the show was all said and done, Dan Moore, who previously we thought was in hospital, came running through the crowd and attacked Damian Slater. They fought all around, body slam central, doing everything you can think of, slamming each other into brick walls and just carnage everywhere. And then in the end, he had Slater lined up for a taste of his own medicine. He was going to put him through a table and security put a stop to it. Dan Moore, the nice guy, was not very nice at all. He was as furious as you can imagine, and he ended up TKOing one of the security guards through a table. It's been a while since we've seen him in the great state of Western Australia, but Ring Bell Mel right now has got Damian Slater with her.
Thanks, Mean Dean. I'm here with Damian Slater, who made his long-awaited return to EPW tonight, and my God, did you make an impact.
See, first things first, Melinda, let's take a second and give a big round of applause to one Mr. Daniel Moore. See, Dan finally grew a set and stood up for himself. And you know, I might not have won the EPW Championship. Anyone can get a fluke roll-up, Chris Weiss. But Dan, you did one thing. You struck me in the face when I wasn't even looking. And what that means for you, Dan, is that any time, any place, you go to your buddies at EPW, you get them to sign the match, and I'll be waiting. Just remember, Dan, nice guys do finish last.
We saw a whole new side to Dan Moore. It was an amazing show with a very interesting ending, so you do not want to miss the next EPW show. It's at Cyril Jackson Rec Center, Body Slam Central. It's Explosive Pro Wrestling Collision Course on April 26th. I'm Dean Olsen, Michelle K. Hasluck. We want to see you there.